Hey guys, how's it going? I'm going to be giving you my quick thoughts on the WWE Beast in the East show. The show just went off the air a couple of hours ago. And yeah, all in all, I thought this was a pretty fun show. Only had 5 matches on the card, and it was only a 2-hour event, but I really felt that WWE really had a really good show here. I really enjoyed the fact that it was in Japan. Great to have an international show. Obviously here in the UK, started at 10:30 and then it finished at 12:30 in the morning, so a really great time difference here for us. But yeah, I just really think that hopefully we can get some more international shows. Some shows in maybe more in Japan, China, Australia, and hopefully some here in the UK. So yeah, I'll get straight into the review then. The show kicked off with Chris Jericho taking on Neville. I thought this was the perfect opener to the show. Obviously seeing Y2J competing in the WWE again, which is really good. I believe this was his first um, I'm not going to say televised because this was on the network, but it was kind of his first official kind of match, which WWE kind of mentioned this year. So it was his first match this year, kind of on the network. And yeah, great match to kick off the show. I definitely felt these two were perfect opponents. They started out quite slow with a bit of technical wrestling, just kind of outdoing each other. Pausing a couple of times, letting the Japanese crowd take it in and applauding. I love the Japanese crowd. Jericho really countered a lot of Neville's maneuvers, especially a lot of his high flying stuff. Jericho seemed to be gaining the upper hand. A lot of super kicks in this match as well, which was really nice to see. Jericho gave us an incredible counter when Neville went for a Hurricane Runner, and Jericho countered it into the walls of Jericho. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant counter. And then Jericho also connected with a brilliant co-breaker in midair when Neville springboarded off the top rope. Eventually, Neville did go for the red arrow just at the end of the match, but Jericho got the knees up, and then he was able to quickly lock in with Jericho and make Neville tap out. Got to admit, I wasn't expecting Jericho to win this one. I really definitely predicted Neville to win this match, only because I felt that Jericho's just appearing at live events at the moment, and I felt he was just going to put Neville over. But I was happy to see Y2J win. It was good to see him have a big victory here. So maybe hopefully when Jericho does return full time, he's got a big win under his belt. But this was a great opener. The crowd loved it. They gave it a good amount of time. Definitely a great opponent here for Neville. Taking on a big name like Jericho, who's legendary, not just in like WWE, but very legendary in Japan as well. So this was a great match. A very good opener. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Really good stuff. Second match, we had a triple threat match for the Divas Championship. We had Tamina Snuka. I believe she replaced Naomi. And then we had Paige and obviously the champion Nikki defending here. Pretty good Divas match, I have to say. Kind of saw a bit of a vicious side for Nikki here when her and Paige were kind of going one-on-one. They got quite physical, which was good. We saw quite a few suplexes in this match. Tamina had a moment of dominance, but in the end, Nikki won the match with that forearm she does, which I do think is a pretty crap finisher. I mean, I kind of prefer her other move she done, or that backbreaker. But it was a pretty solid Divas match. I'll give it probably a 2.5 stars. I definitely think Nikki Bella is going to hold on to the championship, probably overtaking AJ Lee's title reign. So I do think Paige will be the one to beat her, but it won't be for some time, I don't think. Then we had Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston. Obviously, Brock Lesnar was the big name about this event, hence the name The Beast in the East. I did kind of feel that, this was going to be a squash match, and it was kind of what it was. It lasted about 4 minutes long. Kofi looked decent in the early going. I mean, Kofi literally ran out the ring straight away, and Lesnar was chasing after him. And when Lesnar did go for a couple of big moves, like the first German suplex, Kofi did kind of land on his feet. So, there was a couple of good bits in this match, but in the end, Lesnar just was able to connect some suplexes, and then one F5, and then that done it. Then after the match, he attacked Kofi again, another F5, and then the F5, Xavier Woods and Big E, who came out to try and help Kofi. This was what it was, it was a basic squash match just to make Lesnar look good heading into Battleground, and it was good for the Japanese crowd to see Lesnar, so I'll give it like probably a 1 star, probably 1.5 star, yeah. I'm not really going to rate this match on a fair way because I liked what I saw, you can't really rate this match in a major way, but what they done worked, and it was fun to watch. Then we had the next match, which I believe should have been the main event, the NXT Championship match, Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens, and what a freaking match this was. Straight away, as soon as the bell rang, Finn Balor came in with a huge drop kick, sending Owens went to the outside of the ring, and then Owens climbed the turnbuckle and hit a massive high cross body, taking out Owens on the outside. Owens was brilliant heel in this match. Before the match started, the Japanese crowd actually gave both Balor and Owens flowers. due to respect. I think it's a Japanese thing they do, and Owens just launched his flowers right out into the stage. It was brilliant, brilliant heel work here by Owens. And during the match, he was saying, "I hate this freaking country." And Owens actually used John Cena's moveset, the comeback, the two shoulder blocks and the slam and then the five knuckle shuffle. He even went for an AA a couple of times. But it was just brilliant back and forth action. The crowd were chanting NXT, NXT. This is awesome chants. Really good stuff here from Owens. He delivered a running senton off the top turnbuckle to Balor, which was really awesome. We also saw a swanton from Owens, which was really cool. Finn Balor did hit the double leg stomp in the top turnbuckle, but Owens kicked out the first time. And then Owens did go for the pop-up power bomb towards the end of the match, and then Balor was able to counter it, deliver like a net breaker, drop kick, and then he hit the double foot stomp to Owens to get the victory. So yeah, definitely Balor winning here was what was needed to be done. It was brilliant to see Balor win here in Japan. Obviously, all the years he had wrestled in Japan for about 8 years, so it felt like a huge homecoming for Balor. So Balor's won his first championship now in the WWE, and I definitely think he's gonna bring a lot more to NXT. He's gonna have a great title reign, and hopefully, maybe even towards the end of the year or early next year, we could see Balor moving on to the main roster. But yeah, Owens definitely, this is kind of like his final stop in NXT. I could probably see him maybe having like one more match in NXT, like a rematch against Balor. But then I definitely think Owens is set to win the United States Championship from John Cena at Battleground. But this was an incredible match, probably one of the best matches of the year so far, by far. It was just a really feel-good match. Balor's entrance as well was brilliant, and I love the heel work from Owens in this match too. So I'll give this probably a 4.5 star. It was a classic match. Definitely, worth checking out, but this really should have main evented the show in my eyes. But then we did have the main event next. It was a tag team match. Barrett and Kane versus the tag team Dolph Ziggler and John Cena. I get why this was the main event, considering the fact that WWE doesn't often come to Japan, and to see, like John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Kane, Barrett in a main event, especially Cena, I can kind of understand that. But I do kind of feel having like the fact that Finn Balor did wrestle in Japan for years, I kind of felt that I think the Japanese crowd probably would have been just as happy with that being the main event too. But oh well. This match was basic. I mean, it was kind of like a basic live event tag team match. It was a good 20 minutes long. The heels, Barrett and Kane, they dominated a lot of the match. Especially when Cena got involved in the match, basic stuff. Cena then got the hot tag to Ziggler. Ziggler had his little comeback. Then they started dominating Ziggler, and then Ziggler got the hot tag to Cena. Cena came in with his comeback, and then super kick from Dolph to Barrett, and then attitude adjustment from Cena to Barrett to get the victory. The Japanese crowd enjoyed it. Like I said, to see like someone like John Cena in the main event at a show. Yeah, I get why this was the main event, but none of these guys have been having a rivalry. That's kind of how I felt this match was a bit weird. You've got Cena and Ziggler. They haven't really been teaming lately. You've got Cena, he's out having a rivalry with Owens. And Kane, Kane's kind of with Rollins with the authority. Barrett is barely, Barrett's been pre-shows lately, but oh well. But I'll give the match a solid 3 stars. Overall, it was a pretty good tag team match. I felt it dragged a little bit, but it worked in my eyes. So yeah. But overall, the Beast in the East, I thought it was a great show. There was only 5 matches on the show, but definitely 2 of them were awesome. Jericho, Neville, Owens, Balor. Definitely recommend you check the show out without a doubt. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because it was only 2 hours long, only 5 matches, so I kind of not going to judge it like a proper pay-per-view. But he did have 2 really great matches on it, and definitely one match of the year candidate. So yeah, if you haven't seen Beast in the East, I definitely recommend you check it out. It was a very good show, and yeah, hope everybody did enjoy the show. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Cheers for watching.